If astrology intrigues you, but you really don't know what the hell people are talking about when they make these videos, I'm making this series for you because I have a lot of newer people asking basic questions that I wish I had access and answers to, and I had to go digging for. So let's dive in. I'm going to explain astrology to you my way. I just want to touch on how our current culture here in the US in 2026 has essentially, in my mind, ruined astrology for a lot of people. All when we think about astrology is horoscopes. That's all that I knew about astrology. And horoscopes are just something fun that are put in the newspaper. They're only based on your sun sign. So I remember reading them when I was younger and I was like, this is always a 50-50. Like, I have no clue, right? And I didn't know that your sun sign is literally 1/12 of your chart. So, why would that be able to tell you anything super valuable, especially about your day to day life? And then, secondly, astrology is certainly not something that we are taught, right, growing up or anything. In some ancient cultures and civilization, this was the case in Mesopotamia and in ancient Rome, definitely in India. Astrology was taught as a part of a college curriculum. One thing that really impressed on this for me was this massive book called Hellenistic Astrology by Chris Brennan. I love this book. I definitely haven't read the whole thing. It's massive. But he talks about how, so eclipses, once you start to learn about astrology, which you will if you're watching this, eclipses, kings were said to be born under eclipses and die under eclipses, okay? Donald Trump is an eclipse baby, so you know. But these kings, right, they believed this so much that for a period of time before an eclipse and after, so if they say 30 days before and 30 days after, they would make a peasant act as the king so that hopefully he would die and they would go live as a peasant for this time frame, whatever it was, a period of a few weeks before or after an eclipse happening. These ancient kings, they believed this to their core because who would want to live as a peasant, right? So the point is, this was once a very well respected area of study and science, and it's not right now in our culture, but it's having a rebirth. It's having a moment right now. So if you're called to it or if you're intrigued by it, there is a reason, and the reason is astrological. So there are 12 signs in the zodiac, obviously, and then there are 4 elements: water, air, fire, earth, that are associated with each sign. So once you get into astrology, I can meet someone and I can be like, so you're a fire sign, so I know that one of those signs. The signs are constellations. When we talk about the signs, Gemini is a constellation, Pisces is a constellation, and so forth. They influence the energy of whatever area of life we're just talking about. And there's also 12 houses. We're going to get a little bit more into an example of explaining the houses in the next video. What I'm not going to do in this video is go through each energy of each sign because it would just make it into a 45-minute video, and this isn't a mini course. I'm just really trying to get you to be able to watch videos online, understand more what people are saying, and also start to have conversations about it in a more intelligent way. So I'm going to wrap this up by talking about your big 3 because that is a lot more helpful than, say, what I mentioned earlier with the horoscopes. So your big 3 is your sun sign, which is what you are, right? I'm a Pisces. That is who you are at your core. Your rising sign. Your rising sign is how you present to the earth, how you present to other people, or how other people experience you the first time they meet you. May not be at your deepest core, but it is how people perceive you. And then your moon sign is the 3rd part of your big 3, and that is, the moon has to do with all emotion, is watery. It obviously influences the tides here on earth, so it definitely influences our emotions, what constellation or what sign the moon was in when we were born. Make sure you favorite this video, and I'm going to put the next one up right away.